Hey there, it's Ben Housel here, and here in this tutorial we're going to have a look at how we create the freeze frame effect in Final Cut Pro 10. And we're actually going to have a look at how we blend two parts of a video together using masks in this particular tutorial, which is going to involve some nice techniques for blending the images together, for thinking about how we position cameras and how we actually make that effect work. Now, if these kinds of tips and tricks are things that are interesting to you in Final Cut Pro 10, then please do hit the subscribe button and the notifications button. I'm always posting new videos on a pretty regular basis now. Otherwise, let's dive in and get started with creating the freeze frame effect in Final Cut Pro 10. So let's dive in here and look at how we create this freeze frame effect. So basically we have one piece of footage which I've kind of split up into two different parts, and essentially what happens is we've masked out some different parts of the video. So the skateboarding, and then the coming on and using of the remote control to pause the skateboarding, and blended them together using some of the masking tools in Final Cut Pro 10. And then the rest is about timing, a little bit to do with the lighting that you set up with your camera. So we have kind of like a nice bright day here. And if you're using an iPhone or something, you may want to lock the exposure, which you can do by kind of setting up your video and then holding for a second or two on the screen, and it will actually lock the exposure so you don't get that kind of variation in your camera's exposure when you're shooting the kind of two different parts of this scene. It will keep the colors nice and even throughout. And on different cameras, you'll also be able to lock the exposure as well. So let's dive in here and have a look at what we've got. So we're going to create a new project here to start from scratch. We'll call this FreezeFrame Demo. We've got this set up at 1080p, 1920 by 1080, and then 29.97. So the first bit of footage that we'll have a look at, or the first section of the footage we'll look at, is the skateboarding. So we have some skateboarding here. So if we play this through, you can see the skateboarding is coming towards the camera. And then we need to match up the positioning of the remote control, or me pushing the button on the remote control, with the skateboarder so they don't overlap at any particular point in time. So basically, we're going to freeze frame around about here. And so we're going to come back to somewhere where we can just see me coming onto screen, and we'll drop this down to the timeline. So we've dropped the whole sequence down to the timeline. We don't really need full audio of the windy day in Saskatchewan here, so we're going to drop this down to around minus 16, 17. And we're going to come ahead in time. And I did a couple of different versions of the remote control, and some of them overlapped a bit more with the skateboarding. So you can see here that hand is actually going to overlap with the skateboarder there, which makes it a little bit trickier to actually mask it out. So in the end, I used this version where I walk on screen here, push the button, and then give a thumbs up that I've stopped the bad dad skateboarding. So we want to split the clip somewhere around about here, just before I walk on. So I am going to grab the blade tool. So I'm just clicking once here to actually position my playhead so it doesn't move around. And we'll grab the blade tool. Shortcut is B for that. We'll blade it there and then come back to the selection tool. Shortcut for that is A. And now we can drag this up. And what we want to do, actually, while we've got this here, is play this through and look for the moment where I push the button. So there is where I push the button, and I'm going to hold down my K key and just tap J to come back a few frames. Oh yeah, and that's perfect. So basically, hovering over this clip, if I press the M key, it's going to add a little marker in here, which is going to help me line up where I want it to freeze frame in a minute. So now I'm going to come back. So we've got the skateboarding here. And I want to freeze frame it when I'm in frame. I don't want to kind of chop my head off for the freeze frame. So somewhere around about here is going to be a good moment to freeze frame this clip. So I'm actually going to add another marker on the main timeline and then drag this back, and with snapping turned on. So just make sure you've got snapping turned on. Make sure you've got snapping turned on over on the right hand side here. And now we can kind of trim down a whole bunch of the end of this. We don't need a lot of that footage at the end, so we can trim it down to just these two clips. I'm going to hold shift and tap Z just so we can see a bit more of our timeline. So basically now we have the skateboarding happening and the clip on top where I come and push the button, and it's at exactly this point in time, if we hover over this bottom clip, that I'm going to freeze frame. So basically push the button and freeze frame at exactly the same time. So if I now hover over this clip and hold down the Alt key and tap F, it's going to make a freeze frame. So basically now, if I turn this top layer off and we play through, so pressing V will disable that clip. We're going to get a pause there. And there's a few other things to think about, like we lose the movement of the trees and stuff like that, which we'll come back and fix in a minute. But we want to basically get the timing of this top layer and the masking of this top layer right first. This is kind of the first stage of this. So I'm going to come across to my effects on the right hand side, and we're going to scroll down to the masks, and we're going to use the draw mask to actually mask out this clip. So if we drag this onto our top clip, basically I'm going to find the point here where I push the button, and this is where we're going to create our draw mask. So if I come back to my video options in the inspector here, we'll just go to Window, Show in Workspace, and make sure you've got the inspector visible. We'll need that for this particular example, and we'll go back to the Video tab. And now you can see we get this message once we've added the draw mask on there to click to add control points. So basically we can draw around. I'm just drawing dot to dot here, and I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so we can see everything there. And you can see now we've got myself walking on from the left and pressing the pause button, and then the video pauses. So there's a few more things to do here before we're kind of done. The first is that I'm still just actually coming on screen on the left there as I'm skateboarding. So we can probably trim this down here at the beginning so that we don't have that overlap of the two clips. And you can see there's a little flick of the trees on the left hand side when we play through. So I'm actually going to pull this back a bit and play this through, and then we're going to add in here a cross dissolve. So if we go to our dissolves in our transitions, we'll add a cross dissolve here at the beginning of this clip. It's going to add one at the end as well. We're going to delete that. And basically we're using that to kind of blend those two clips together so we don't get that jump of the trees on the left hand side here. So you can see if I cut that, when I play that through now, I get a little jump because the trees are moving slightly differently. So we'll undo that, we'll keep that cross dissolve there. And what this means, oh, that works quite nicely actually. Yeah, so we've basically fixed that nicely. We probably are dissolving a bit into me here, but actually doesn't show up too badly, so we'll just kind of go with it. Okay, so that's the most part of it. The next thing you'll notice is as we press pause, the trees on the left keep moving, the trees on the right are paused as well. And in order to kind of make this work, oh, we need to fix this as well. Let's pull this up. Wherever these two clips are not overlapping, we can kind of stretch this out. So as long as we don't overlap, those two clips will be fine. So let's play this through again now that I've moved those control points. So you can modify your draw mask at any point in time, and it's just when I move forward here that I want to make sure that I don't chop my legs off or my head off. We get a little bit of chopping of the shadow on the right hand side there, and then I move the camera way too soon, but we'll just trim that down there. So using the draw mask, we've managed to do this, and now what we're going to do is actually come ahead in time to this end of this clip. So when I've skateboarded off, and I'm going to trim it down here, and I'm going to zoom out, so Command and minus to zoom out, and we'll bring this clip ahead and the freeze frame up a layer. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to borrow the moving trees from this bottom layer and mask them in with the freeze frame. So basically with the freeze frame here now, we're going to zoom in to 200%, give or take, and I am going to add a draw mask effect on here as well. And we're going to draw roughly around here. So basically use this little red box here to move around, and we can just kind of catch everything here. So because it's a nice bright sunny day, it's kind of high contrast, things are going to blend together relatively easily. If you look at it with a fine tooth comb, then we're probably not creating something that's perfect, but that's okay. So we're just moving around, and I'm gonna just hang off the edge of my arm here so that I can add a little bit of a feather there, and that will help to kind of make the effect work. So we'll just kind of keep going up here, all the way around. If you click once, it will just kind of go dot to dot. If you click and hold, you can actually make a curve. I'm not making the curves here just because it gets a bit more time consuming to get them right sometimes, and I don't want to go back over this in this example, but you can if you need to. So we'll come all the way around, and once we get back round to the leg here, I think we're done. So we're doing the freeze frame thing here, but it's basically the same technique to clone yourself as well. The lighting being important, always important to get the lighting consistent from shot to shot, and this nice bright sunny day definitely helps that. Video likes light. So now we're all the way around to the edge. If we zoom out to 50%, we can kind of see the trees now moving in the background. I'm going to deselect my mask and just let this render out. So now if we play this through, we skateboard, I come on and say that is bad skateboarding, hit the pause button, skateboarding stops, but the trees are still moving in the background. So basically that's the kind of most part of it. If we look at the edge, we'll probably be able to see that edge a little bit. So adding a little feather to the edge of your image here, just so that either a negative feather or a positive feather will just kind of help to make that effect work. So I'm just adding a 4 pixel feather, which is give or take roughly the distance I remained away from the edge of that image. So if we want to see how well it's working, if we go to 100% and I come to the trees, we can play this through now, and it's reasonably convincing. We're not getting any movement in here, but this is kind of a quick and dirty effect. So the other thing that I did in the original example that you may have seen was I added a little bit of a effect as I hit the pause button. So when I hit pause, I use the BADTV effect to make this kind of stutter a little bit. So I'm going to go to fit, and we'll add in a sound effect here as well. So I've got a small button click here as well. So we'll actually zoom in a little bit and get that to line up. So we'll turn the volume up a bit here. So when we play that through now, we hit pause. And one of the reasons I used the BADTV effect was because there's also a kind of jump in the trees in the background, and so if we use a transition like that, it's going to help distract from the fact that this is a little bit of a quick and dirty effect. So we're going to come to our effects. We will come to all effects, and I'm going to type in bad, which is going to bring the BADTV effect, and we'll drop this on, which is going to add it to the whole clip. So basically after this point in time now, we've got BADTV the whole time, which we don't want. So you can keyframe lots of your effects. So up in the inspector, if we come to the amount, we can increase the amount of BADTV that we have. We can change some of the different modes that we've got for the BADTV effect. So I'm going to change it to overlay. And then we can also keyframe the amount. So if I have this as, say, 38% here, and we'll let it run for a little bit. I'm going to make it 38% there as well, and then I'm just going to come forward with my cursors one more frame, and now I will roll this down to 0. So we only need to turn on keyframing once, and so now what will happen, we'll just let this render out for a second or two. So when I hit pause, we'll get a little shake and there we go. The effect is kind of complete. So I'm gonna just have a look at the end here, and we'll trim these all down. And play it through. So, Bad Dad Skateboarding. Come on, hit pause, and we're done. No more skateboarding from Dad. So, we've had a look at how we mask two clips together. Things to think about there when you're setting up your shots are obviously it's on a tripod, and I controlled the camera, so I controlled the exposure so that the camera didn't kind of jump around automatically. Thought about a couple of different ways, experimented with a couple of different ways where I actually put the remote controller when I came back on. So I sort of experimented with a couple of different locations so that when I came back to the edit, I could choose the one that kind of fit the best. So hopefully that's been helpful. And if you have any questions about Final Cut Pro 10, about creating this or other effects, then please do leave a comment below. And I look forward to seeing you on the next tutorial.